Welcome to Trading the Close on this Wednesday. I'm Toni Valliere with Verified Investing. Sam Altman is reinstated as OpenAI's CEO days after the board fired him. Israel and Hamas have agreed to a temporary ceasefire and the release of 50 hostages, and oil prices slide after OPEC's meeting is delayed. So busy news day, but things are pretty calm on Wall Street. Let's take a look at where things stand right now, just ahead of the closing bell. The S&P 500 up over 419 points, 19 points, excuse me. Big difference there. Dow Jones up 189 points. NASDAQ also up more than 67 points. So we're seeing a lot of green right now. Let's bring in Chief Market Strategist Gareth Soloway. So calm day on Wall Street. What are some of the big takeaways from today?
Yeah, so like you said, super calm. Everyone's getting ready for the holiday here in the U.S. Just looking at the S&P 500, the interesting thing about it is we actually tagged a key level today just to keep an eye on. So if we look back here, and again, this might be hard for people to see, but there's a pivot point going all the way back to, this is the all-time high on the S&P 500. If we take that high and we connect it through the secondary high that came in July, we just tagged that slow down sloping trend line right here. There's also a gap fill. I can do a little zoom in so people can see it a little bit more clearly here. And again, if we just do that here, we can see again how the S&P 500 went right up there. It formed a candle today known as a doji. A doji can oftentimes be a reversal signal, but when I say often, it doesn't mean always. And again, Friday is going to be a half day of trading. And it's very rare, unless something freaks the market out over the holiday, that we get a down day on those Fridays. Usually it's flat, slightly positive, because there's just not a lot of volume. There's not many participants. And I always say to people that when volume is light, the general bias is positive. Remember, we always say this, is that, you know, the human psychology is to be positive. We're positive in life, and believe it or not, if you're not positive, what do? They medicate you to be positive.
Yes.
So,
yes.
so basically, it generally the light volume when the institutions are away, which is usually Friday between the holiday, the markets will be neutral to positive. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right now. Just a couple other charts here. If we go to the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ 100 actually tagged this trend line as well. Let me zoom out so we can all see where it's coming from here. So there's a trend line right here, taking this secondary pivot right to this pivot, and then we just tagged that. We did see a little bit of selling here, or we're seeing just a little bit of selling into the end of the day, but for the most part, again, quiet volume, everyone just waiting. And I think the big thing was that we had NVIDIA earnings, and it wasn't that the market rejoiced over them, but it also didn't freak out over them. And so it was almost one of those perfect earnings reports that just kind of, you see NVIDIA down basically 1.5%. It wasn't enough to derail this massive rally we've seen to the upside. So I think, honestly, people can go enjoy. They don't have to fret too much right now about things. Go enjoy some turkey.
Yeah, and that's what we're all looking forward to. So tomorrow, the markets are closed. Looking to Friday, though, many retailers are pretty cautious with their outlooks for Black Friday. A lot of stores are actually closed on Thanksgiving. But do you think it's because Black Friday sales just start earlier and earlier every year, where true Black Friday doesn't seem to have the same meaning anymore?
I do. I think so many of those sales are already pushed forward. You're going to see a lot of these sales, but the market in a weird way already anticipates, right? The market already says, this is where we're expecting these sales to be. We'll probably hear by next Monday how Black Friday did for some of the retailers. So that may kind of influence. We have seen Amazon, after those good earnings, continue to rally higher pretty substantially. I mean, was trading around 117. It's now at 146 to 147. So that is a huge move to the upside as well. And then we've seen kind of a mixed bag with some earnings doing really well. Target was up close to 20% on their earnings, and then Walmart fell apart down on their earnings. So it's been a mixed bag, and I think a lot of people will look to see, how is the retail consumer doing? Are they healthy? And healthy is a relative term, because we know consumers have more credit card debt than they ever have had before, but retail stocks or companies, they're hoping they just keep spending on those credit cards, right?
Doesn't always stop people, right?
That's right. They're just hoping it keeps going and going. We know it can't go forever, because at some point, your debt will get shut down, or your credit line. But right now, they're hoping at least it takes them through the holidays, and that'll help the stock market if that's the case.
All right, tomorrow, Turkey Day. What does Thanksgiving look like at the Soloways? You have a favorite dish, and who does the cooking?
So we usually all share in the cooking. I have family in town. This year we took the shortcut of ordering in from Whole Foods. So
smart.
So I know. It's just we have family together. We don't want to spend time in the kitchen having to do all these different things, and it's exhausting. So this way we can sit back, we'll pick up the food, and we'll enjoy. And then for me, I'll be just saying, all right, let's have fun today. Market will be a half day on Friday. I do want to show you two charts that I like.
Okay.
All right. So going into Friday, and this is an interesting one. So number one, take a look at Meta here. This is a really interesting trend line, and this would be a short on Meta as a swing trade. But take a look at this trend line here going all the way back to April of 2020, right there. Actually, that's March, so that we're talking the COVID low. It goes right through. See this huge gap right here? Take the highest point of the gap to this highest point and look at what Meta just hit today. So that to me tells me that we might be into some resistance for a pullback. And then the last one, and you know, to be honest, it's Chipotle. As Chipotle's a short, I probably eat there twice a week. So
you're helping.
So if I'm going to short it, I'm going to have to stop eating there just to help a little bit.
Yes.
But take a look at Chipotle here. Really remarkable move. This is the weekly chart, and on Chipotle, what's amazing about this is if you go back to 2007, I mean, I don't even know how many stores there were at that point. Take the high of that bull market, connect it through the high right here to here, and we just slammed into that same high up here after a massive move up. So again, the idea is that's resistance. Every time it hits, it comes down, right? It comes down. And so all you're doing as a technician is playing the odds, and you're saying, okay, well, maybe it'll pull back a little bit, back to 2000 or something like that. So again, these are the things that I look for and I love. And trading is one of those things where you're always trying to find the next gold nugget, if you will.
Of course.
So I'll be eating turkey, but my mind's always on the markets. And tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
This Italian girl is making some pasta.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, I love turkey, but we live in Florida now. To have 4 ovens going on at the same time and then have to have the air conditioner blasting, no thank you. I'll pass on that.
Nice.
So sleep in tomorrow, enjoy the turkey, but don't sleep in on Friday. Could see some more big movers. All right, Gareth, thank you very much. And you can catch Gareth navigate the charts in real time on his show, The Game Plan, that airs every weekday morning at 9 a.m. right here just ahead of the opening bell. Not tomorrow, though. On Friday. We will also tell you about a new course that we are offering, the Verified Real Estate Wealth System, hosted by real estate developer Greg Dickerson. He's bought and sold over $250 million in real estate. Now he's teaching you how to master the art of real estate in this 3-series course, available now at verifiedinvesting.com. That does it for Trading the Close on this Wednesday. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and we will see you back here next week.
One of the things my dad taught me was hard work and discipline. He would teach me how to figure out a way to make the money that I needed for whatever I wanted in my life. I was climbing the corporate ladder, and I had a epiphany. Life is too short. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna waste another minute. I decided I'm gonna carve my own path. That's why my life changed. That's why I got into real estate. But what fills me more than anything else is helping other people figure out why they were put on this planet. That's why I teach. That's why I coach, because nothing excites me more than seeing other people achieve their dreams, other people carve their own paths. That was the freedom that I felt when I was able to leave that job and I was able to do whatever I wanted, anytime I wanted. Anybody can do it. Anybody can go out and do deals, anybody can make money, anybody can build companies. Once you're dialed in and you're settled in and you learn how to become that leader, delegate, or motivator, which is a lot of what I teach in that course, you can live a great lifestyle while building great businesses and doing a lot at investing and doing other things. When you go through a course like this, that gives you the power and the confidence and the freedom to go out there and take action and put that stuff into action. So for me, the one idea is all it takes to completely change the entire trajectory of your life.